Hello everyone, Triple S here and welcome back to some more The Bottom of the Well. Now, last time we got the Happily Ever After achievement and ending, and before that we got the Angel achievement, Metro 2016 achievement, and the So Close achievement and ending. This time I'm going to show you how to get the Better Prepared achievements, and then we shall get the Shelter King achievement and ending. Now, the easiest way to get the Better Prepared achievement is to do other endings first, like So Close, and then there's some other ones that you can do before having to beat the game in quotation marks 5 times to get some other endings. But the easiest way to do it is just to pick a default Alice, jump in. Now I'm going to skip through all the talking because it's really basic stuff that we've seen before, so just skip all that. Then, we'll just skip forward. The first option you need to pick is I went online to find out what was going on. Skip forward again. The Fallout shelter seemed like the best option. Forward again. Just exit the inventory, you don't need to pick anything, doesn't matter anything. Skip forward again. I gave up. Skip forward again. I need to get out of town. Skip forward again. Try to steal the vehicle right away. Skip. What I plan to do, find an appropriate car. And skip forward. And the last option is no, I still hope to get far enough away to be out of danger. Now if we skip forward again, we shall get to an ending. If we skip forward, go to a loading screen. Then we'll go to the credits now. We'll fade to black and then credits. Go through the credits. And boom. There we go, we've got the achievement unlocked, Better Prepared. Now what that does, as you can see in the picture, it unlocks a new item for us that we can take when we're preparing. We can take the crowbar. But the next ending I'm going to show you... Oops, I forgot to turn the music off. Oh, no, there we go. Now I can turn it off. But the next ending I'm going to show you does not involve the crowbar. It is an ending that you can get without the crowbar. I'll be showing the ending that you need the crowbar for at the end, because that seems like the final ending, I guess you could say. But anyway, to get the Shelter King achievement, we need to make a custom Alice and start customizing. What we need to do is 2 points in survival, 2 points in fitness, 2 points in social life, 3 points in supplies, and then no points in career and no points in dating because we have no more points. So finish customizing and accept and start. Now, I think I'll just skip through this bit because that's the usual opening bit, but now we'll start going. So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every colour, every touch. It's important you know that. I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Were you alone? No, I was with some friends. We were having a movie night at my place, watching... Holy shit, I think it was actually the new Star Wars movie. There was a scene where Han Solo was just about to get knocked over where the TV just switched. Wait. The new Star Wars? As in Episode 7? On DVD? You know that date's your dream, right? I never thought about that. Sorry, go on. What happened next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system, jacked the volume all the way up too. Didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we're under attack right now, and that we need to get to shelter. That'll be less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Jesus, sounds scary. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel, but they were all the same, and then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. I knew things were serious. So what'd you do? What did we do? I went online to find out what was going on. Did you try calling someone? Like your parents? Of course I tried, but it was futile. The phone network was completely overworked, but the net still worked fine. What did everyone else do? Everyone was pretty terrified. Some tried to make a joke out of it, but there was something about the voice on the TV that belied that, but whatever. Once I figured out the net still worked, everyone was on it. So what'd you find? The net was still working, but the bandwidth was severely lacking. The major news networks were either down or overloaded, but all the big search engines defaulted to some kind of government site in super simple HTML. Kind of confirmed it really was the real deal. Isn't the net supposed to be some kind of DARPA invention anyway? Wouldn't be surprised if they had some kind of system in place to take it over if need be. Well, they hadn't taken it over. You could still go wherever you wanted. Facebook still worked. Apocalypse-proof servers. Nice. It was insane. I tried to get in touch with my brother. He's the only one who's even got an account, but there was no reply. I spammed my aunts and sent an email to my mother, but I don't know. Felt like I needed to find someone right there and then. And a group chat. It was spreading through our social network like wildfire. Someone had found the closest old Fallout shelter that was actually still operable down on 3rd. People were going there, just grabbing all they could and running before the bombs fall. So what happened next? You know, I did find you online. That must have been useless. I'm all the way over in Old Blighty. Unless things were different in your dream. No, you were still in the UK. The bombs had already started falling there. I died. ... You disappeared. There was nothing more to do. It was only a dream, Al. Sure. So then what? Okay. So, yep, the Fallout shelter seemed like the best option. Your Fallout shelter was down on 3rd. It wasn't far close enough to walk anyway. Did you think to bring anything? Alright, yeah, I grabbed the biggest bag I had. An honest to God hiking bag. I've never owned a hiking bag in my life, but in the dream I did. And now we just take food, more food, first aid kit. Oh, you do need the crowbar for this ending. Apologies, I did not realise that you needed the crowbar for this ending. You do need it. Sorry. Oh yes, I'm dumb. I am really dumb. I'm sorry, I've got it mixed up. So, I'm doing the endings that you don't need the crowbar for are the ones I'm going to be doing last. Did I say that already? I can't remember. But yeah, you do need the crowbar for this ending. I'm stupid. But yeah, then you need the crowbar. So, take crowbar. Is that everything? First aid kit, crowbar, flashlight, food. Should be everything. Apologies, I got myself confused. Hold on a second, a crowbar? You say you brought a crowbar? Yeah. Actually, that is weird. I was packing my stuff when I suddenly remembered I'd bought a crowbar at some point, years ago. And it's weird remembering doing something in the future that I will do in the future because I sure as hell don't own any crowbars. I think a lot of people do. It's a pretty specialised tool unless you're a farmer. I have a friend who owns a crowbar. Well, his dad owns one. Well, I did say it was pretty special. It was a pretty special dream. Well, go on. What was it like? Did you run into trouble? You could say that. God, that shelter. So, we headed towards the shelter. I think we were all hoping it was just a false alarm, and tomorrow everything will be back to normal. I was trying to say tomorrow evening. Like an extreme version of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast. Actually, the panic that radio show caused was greatly exaggerated, probably by Welles himself, and it worked. We still remember it today. Great ad campaign. Guess that English degree's coming to some use at least. Yeah, well, it didn't really feel like it. I remember trying to think of words to describe the way the streets felt, the way the city sounded. Turmoil, chaos, anarchy, tumult, pandemonium. The capital of hell. Now who's got the green lit? Stop stalling. Yeah, it's just so effing damn. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked with their eyes to the sky just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter okay? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street. But there were no signs of or anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. Okay, wait, isn't that the bar you always go to? The Rad Bar? The Rad Bar. Yeah. Go on, Alice. Did you get in? Went to the old entrance, which was down a narrow side alley. Some of the others were waiting for us there, and a few more came while we said our hellos. I actually felt pretty safe in that big group. Spence is killing me. That's socialising for you there. So I knocked on the door and then immediately tried the handle. It was locked. Nothing happened for a while, then the door opened just a bit and she stuck her head out. She? The bitch queen. She was this red-head chick who had taken charge of everything in there. She was the one who originally posted about the place, so I guess she felt she owned it somehow. She stood there in the doorway looking me over and then basically said, "We're full." like it was an exclusive club. I can't believe they just keep you out for no good reason. It was actually full. Not a chance. There was a sign on the door that said capacity 100. There's just no way there was 100 people in there already. I said as much. She didn't reply. Guess you didn't just let it be at that. Oh, what did we do? I tried talking my way in. You can't just leave us out here, and so forth. She just repeated that they were full, that there wasn't enough food for any more, that we should try and find some shelter, some other place to hide. Why am I trying to say shelter? Stone cold bitch indeed. I tried telling her we wouldn't be a burden. We had brought food. I opened my bag and showed her. You're nicer than I would be. What'd she say? She looked at the food and at the others, and she said she could let me in because I had food, but anyone who didn't have food would be left outside. Oh, the actual F! What a Uh-huh. What'd you do? What did I do? I decided to take the Queen up on her offer. But you did try to get the rest in with you, right? Ooh, it was live or die. I went in alone. It's not like we had a death pact or anything. I was scared out of my wits, afraid I'd be let outside. I was just happy I was safe. Still, you had food to share. Why didn't you? She might even have relented and let in more of you if you had. There's no guarantee of that. Maybe she'd change her mind and realise how letting me in was undermining her whole we're full narrative. Cold, Alice, very cold. Anyway, I left the others behind and the door closed behind me with a bang. Goodbye, friends. I barely had time to get my bed before she started taking command again, telling me to hurry up and to empty my bags. Empty your bags? She has some kind of notion she just should be in charge of the supplies. What'd you say to that? What did I say? Ooh, I asked her who the hell put her in charge. Holy yes, Alice. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't know. I was tired, stressed out of my mind, panicking. And the bitch tried to keep us outside. And now she wanted my stuff. Didn't have time for her shit. Thought I'm in support of this course of action. I am, but you had sort of made a deal with her. That deal was off. You go, girl. How'd she react? Stunned that someone would actually stand up to her. What she had to say for herself. Said she was the proprietor of the Rad Bar and therefore the legal owner of the Fallout shelter, and that it was the only, out of the kindness of her heart, that she allowed us inside. Reading is hard. Allowed you, huh? Tell me about it. I reminded her nuclear war was about to go down out there and that whatever bullshit ownership ideas she had were quickly going out of date. There would be other forms of currency soon enough. Geez, Alice, this was, what, half an hour after the announcement? You got real fast. I guess. I mean, this was kind of what I've been preparing for. I was just mentally in that space, I guess. Anyway, a lot of people stopped and took a note, and she went quiet. Oh, I've got friends again. Did she leave you alone afterwards? The place had maybe 20 people in it, us included, but she stayed away from most of the rest of us, so yeah, she did. Were you the last to arrive? No, soon after us there were some others. These she let in without trouble, embracing one of them, this big burly guy with a motorcycle jacket. Someone you knew? Actually, yes, Ray was his name. He lived pretty close. I mainly knew him for his love for motorcycles. I had no idea he knew the bitch queen. But the place was still empty. Yeah, soon after though, there was another knock, and this time the bitch queen tried to do the same thing she did with me. What'd you do? What did I do? I stepped in. This was unacceptable. Damn right. When I raised my voice at her, she just turned red. What was your approach? With force of numbers, me and my group showed up and tried to get her off. Sounds weird. And she called her friend Ray over, and suddenly we were at a standstill. So what happened? I think a few got in during the discussion, but then she and Ray managed to close the door again, and that was that. So I guess in the end you won? Well, the alternative was that she would have won. What happened next? The end of the world happened next. The bombs. We were all underground, down a set of stairs into the actual bunker. It was filled with barrels and barrels of beer and other drinks, but at least it was light, for a while. So it actually happened. The nuclear war. Yep, we had a radio with us, and we all sat clustered around it. At first there was sporadic reports that the US missile defense system was working and that it was shooting down the incoming warheads, but then the signal turned off, and a few moments later, we felt the rumble. Holy shit! But you were okay? I'm hearing something. No, we're fine. The shelter did what it was designed to do, yes, although at one point there was a terrible sound just above and the shelter was briefly filled with dust. I was pretty sure we're all dead. People were screaming, babies were crying, the lights flickered and died. It was the end. Why is there music? Okay, that was weird. The music started up again. I thought I could hear something, but it was really quiet. Holy shit! Your subconscious wasn't joking around. We subsisted on candles and flashlights and waited for the radio to come back. It did, after a while. What did it say? Just about expected fallout patterns. It sounded very recorded, but I guess there had to be someone alive up there still clicking the buttons. But even that ended after a little while. Wow. Okay, so, how long did you stay down there? Well, the radio said there was a cloud of radioactive ash coming our way within 24 hours and told everyone to stay inside until further notice, then it died. So, I guess you stayed at least 24 hours then? Of course, the problem came when we tried to leave. What? Well, the shelter was underground, underneath a big trapdoor, and the house above, it apparently collapsed on the trapdoor. We tried to open it, pushed and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. Damn, that's like a real nightmare. Buried alive. Well, we had food down there for a while, and if we started drinking beer with our meals, we could probably stretch it out for weeks. Of course, then we'd all be kind of drunk all the time too, but what then? Maybe there'd be rescue? Maybe, but what if there wasn't? What do you others think? Ray and his queen wanted to sit tight and wait for help. A few of the others wanted to find an alternative way out, maybe through one of the ventilation shafts. The third option would be to keep working on the trapdoor. It opened, but if we removed the hinges and got it to collapse inwards, and then dug up the debris, the radioactive debris? Yep, the radio mentioned fallout falling down within 24 hours. Staying put, if even just for a few days longer, and then trying one of the other options might be optimal. Anyway, people were getting very antsy, so it was time to make some kind of decision. So what'd you do? Oh my god, what did we do? I voted for working on the trapdoor. Trapdoor, huh? Seems like the safest idea. What did the bitch queen think? She was set on staying inside. She wouldn't lift a hand to help. I'm pretty sure that even if we managed to open a door to the outside, she'd still stay. Did you? Open a door? We managed to break open the trapdoor so that it opened inwards. This only took a few hours. The guys who had been helping me with the door were both hit by the rubble. I think one got his leg half crushed and the other got a really nasty blow to his head that gave him a concussion. Oh, damn. I'm hearing music again. Oh no, I'm not hearing music again. That's someone cutting grass outside. Or sawing something, I don't know. Oh damn, but aside from that, it must still have felt pretty great, right? Not really. For a brief moment there was a flash of daylight from outside, but it was just a flash, like someone offering you hope. Just snatched it away immediately. At least we were reminded the sun still existed. So how much work was there? A lot. Really a lot. I wasn't alone, at least, but it looked pretty bleak. So, did you go at it? Well, I also knew that the dust would be radioactive, at least to some degree. There were 5 of us there to help me clear the rubble. We need to get it done fast if we were planning on living tomorrow. Yeah, so what'd you do? What did we do? We started digging. So we just started digging. It took upwards of 4 days to dig through, but by the end of it, there was a light. And then? Well, I and most of the others felt like complete shit. We were throwing up. I had this absolutely awful migraine headache. Ugh, it was awful. A lot didn't make it at all. They were just too weak. It was radioactive dust. But it didn't affect you as badly? I managed to soldier through it then, but I had a feeling I wouldn't be bearing any children with only one head after this. Why am I not laughing? Because it's not funny. So what did it look like? The world. It was destroyed. We crawled, black in the face and bleeding from our hands, into hell. The city was in rubble. Everything was covered in black ash. Some of it still falling from the skies. In the distance, fires all around. Silence. That does not sound like fun. Jesus. So what did you end up doing? Well, the bitch queen wanted to force our hand. She said in no uncertain terms that she was staying right there and that anyone who didn't want to wait for rescue was free to leave. And you? Were you free to stay? Not in a million years. She was adamant I left. Me specifically. Queen Bee syndrome. The others? The others crawled up after me. They'd do what I wanted. A few others joined as well, jumping camp. More friends. So what did you decide to do? Oh my god, what did we decide to do? I wasn't going down with that fight. That fallout shelter was ours. Whoa. I admire Moxie, but she doesn't sound like the kind of person you want to pick a fight with and lose. What was she going to do? Throw me out? I was already out. So what was your avenue of attack? This is the last option. I was done with the bitch. I socked her on the jaw. You did what? The world stands and moves around us. There are people hurt and injured all around, people in need, people who could use a shelter, and this bitch and her crew standing here essentially giving out death sentences. She deserves at the least a beating. But I was acting on impulse. She never saw me coming. I lifted my crowbar and... Wait, what? Your crowbar? You attacked her with your crowbar? Oh, that's why we brought the crowbar along. Yeah, I was all pumped up on adrenaline and just grabbed it. She tried lifting her hands to protect herself. I think half the reason it was so effective was that she wasn't expecting it. Crowbar to the head. Must have been pretty gruesome. Effective though, she was out cold. And Ray? Oh, did I not tell you I am a goddamn Sarah Connor in the stream? I knew it was coming. I grabbed the bitch queen before she could fall. Christ, Alice. He pulled out his gun and aimed it, but I was now holding the very much knocked out girl as a shield. Go on. He hesitated long enough for one of my friends to rush forward and grab his arm and wrestle the gun away. Long story short, I won. That's cutting it short. What did the others say? What did the bitch queen say? What did you do with the gun? The bitch queen didn't say much. She had trouble talking. I think I knocked half her teeth out. Maybe broke her jaw. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. She had a concussion, that was for sure. Ray was subdued. We didn't kill them or anything though. We kept them like prisoners, I guess. The price of coming in second place. Dream U is a weirdly sadistic character. She deserved it after everything she'd done. Anyway, the shelter was ours. And the gun? I actually lost it. Someone took it in the fracas and it was gone. I don't know who. Didn't really care either. Maybe one of Ray's friends had it. They didn't say. At least it didn't come back to bite us in the ass. Yeah, so why don't you just kick out Ray and his queen too? She was in no state to travel and he wanted to stay with her. Remember this one moment. The queen and Ray were sitting on a bench down the shelter, huddled up close. Ray took his jacket off and wrapped it around her shoulders. Remember the jacket had this big gold embroidered text that said Lucky 7 on it. Not so lucky. Don't know why it jumped out so clearly to me. Anyway, ooh, 7. So you stay at the shelter for how long? Well, the idea... Yay, Shelter King, there we go. Well, the idea was to wait out the worst of the fallout period. Unfortunately, the trapdoor was totaled, and there was a lot of debris already inside the shelter, but we built a kind of makeshift thing out of tarp instead to keep out the worst and did our best to clear out what had come in. Alright, so how long did you stay? Essentially until our supplies started running out, so... Okay, which was practically immediately, but at least we got a moment to rest. Oh, battered and bruised. So where'd you go after this? Well, by this time we'd actually gotten a few other wanderers come by. Most of them were heading out of town towards an evacuation centre, pardon me, set up at the college at the edge of town. What? Like, your college? Yeah, talk about going back to where you started. So you decided to go. I thought about doing something else, going looking for chairs or whatever, but it felt like I was responsible now for all these people. They looked at me to make a decision, and the only right decision was to go there. Nice. So you bundled everyone up? Well, almost. The bitch queen wasn't going anywhere. Her loss, and everyone at the shelter wanted to go there. Many had other places they wanted to see first. Homes, families, friends. You bundled everyone important up, and then you headed out. What was it like? It was pretty heavy. The streets were jammed, there were bodies everywhere, and they started to smell. Everything was covered in ash. Ugh, not to be recommended, but eventually we neared our goal. So it was real, the evacuation centre? Not so fast. There was a slight obstacle on the way. Oh, what's that? The river. There's a river? Not something I thought about either. I didn't live anywhere near it, so whenever I crossed it I just drove over it. But there it was, a geographical reality. So, I mean, the bridges were surely still there. True, but when we approached them, we realised they were occupied. Uh-oh, by whom? The government. There was a line of soldiers wearing full NBC protection gear, gas masks and all, directing traffic. Rescued at last? Well, they did let us through, but... But what? They took everything from us. So, the evacuation centre. My college. I'm not surprised I dreamt about it. It's like the centre of my life right now. Is this the part where the dream turns weird and the college starts sprouting legs and begins smoking a hookah or something? Well, unfortunately, no. That would have been a pretty welcome respite. Even so, it must have been a respite. Proof that society survived, the United States wasn't completely obliterated, etc., etc. Speaking of, what did happen to everyone? I don't know, everything was still rather hazy, news was sporadic and often hearsay. There's a lot of talk about a missile defense system that no one knew we even had that's apparently managed to shoot down something akin to 9% of all enemy warheads. Wishful thinking. Based on what I was seeing, I don't really see the difference. 10% was clearly more than enough to wreak unimaginable havoc. Hell, 1% would have probably been enough. Anyway, go on. I want to get to the end. What happened at the centre? At the gates, there was a screening process going on. Big plastic corridor. Where we all told to undress and go through the super cold shower, after which many gas masks and plastic coverings ran a Geiger counter over us. Seriously? So what happened? There were 2 doors at the end of the corridor beyond the men in masks with guns. Whenever their Geiger counters frazzled and complained, you went right. Whenever it was quiet, you went left. I went right. What about your crew? Some went left, some went right. Depending on... It didn't matter. There were no more groups, just the living and dead. Goodbye, friends. They gave us back our old clothes at the other end, which was the thing that really should have freaked us out. Most were just grateful, but that meant they considered you dead. Yep, through the fence I saw the ones going left leaving towards the dorms, all wearing what looks kind of like prison uniforms. At least they were likely to be clean and uncontaminated. And you? Where did they lead you? To the football stadium. Can you believe that? Didn't even care enough to get us out of the fallout. They had at least set up tents, stoves and a kitchen for us, all staffed by similarly irradiated people, of course, presumably serving us irradiated food they didn't want to feed to the healthy ones. This can't be where your story ends. No. The weirdest part was still about to happen. Aha! The legs in a hookah and maybe a mushroom that makes you grow 10 floors high? No, but remember I told you about the music I heard on the radio when I fell asleep? Yep. Well, as I was lying there on my no doubt lethally radioactive mattress, staring up at the sky about half a second away from tears, I heard it again. Kind of like you'll turn the sound of thunder into explosions in a dream. No, maybe, actually, yeah, that's not a bad analogue. The music was a connection between the dream and the real world. When I heard it, it was like I suddenly remembered that I once had the dream I was currently having. I remember in the dream thinking of how incredibly unlikely that was. It was weird, okay? Dreams are weird. So the music, where did it come from? The football stadium is connected to one of the campus buildings by a long covered annex. They put down the gates and locked them, but can still go all the way there. Beyond the gate, beyond the annex, in the building across it was the admin building, you know, where the student office and rector's office and all those were located. There's an open window with a light on, and that's where the music came from. Pretty amazing you could hear it from all the way over there. I knew there was some connection there, some truth hidden in those tunes, something that would allow me to wake up from this nightmare. Because that's what it was, every single aching, painful moment of it, but it was beyond locked gates, inside another building, presumably filled with soldiers with guns. You got this far, was there really nothing you could do? I stared at the open window, listened to the music, and that's when I felt I knew I was in a dream. This wasn't real. Or it was, but it wasn't all that was real. That there was an alternative version of this dream where I'd done things differently, where my life had been different up until this moment, and as a result I was stuck on the side of the fence. Some kind of multiverse theory applied to strange realistic dreams. If there is an endless number of dimensions, who to say there's not one where dreams are more real than reality? Anyway, no, more like I remembered having made certain choices about what I wanted to do in my life, how I was going to spend my life, and all those choices and a million others that led up to this moment of helpless separation. If I had done differently, things would be different. Bravo! That's kind of like the arrow of time works. You do X today, maybe Y happens tomorrow. Do Y today, maybe Z happens. Yeah, except, what if you can foresee where the arrow of time is going to hit? What then? You're saying you had a prophetic dream? That's what I'm saying. The dream ended shortly after that. I think I ended up killing myself by jumping from the top of the stands. Final swan dive rather than the slow wasting away that you condemned us to. And then I woke up. And I died. Wait, this is weird. Huh? The dream? Yeah, really weird. You weren't kidding when you said it was lucid. No, it's more than that. I feel like I've done this before, many times, and like I keep getting the wrong end. You're having deja vu of a dream? Is it the deja vu doesn't end right? Dude. Yeah, something like that. It's that sensation of knowing exactly what word, act, or thought comes next, yet being unable to do anything about it. Until now. Until now? So you broke the deja vu just now? Usually when that happens to me, it just means the situation is over. Yeah, for a moment maybe, but no, I don't know. No, I'm still having it. Deja vu. God, this is annoying. Well, maybe you'll dream it next night again. Anyway, that's a good thing with dreams. You can always dream the dream again. I don't know. You already said that. I think I'm going crazy. Deja vu, because we keep playing the same thing over and over again, and you know, she keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Woo! And credits. And mute the music when it comes on, because it likes to unmute. Oh, achievement progress. I live, I die, I live again. So we'll just click anywhere to start, get back to the main menu. Music's playing, cancel that, and there we go. So that was the Shelter King and the Better Prepared achievements and ending. And yeah, so I got completely confused about saying that we didn't need the crowbar for this ending. We do. I'm doing the endings that you need the crowbar for, but the ones you don't need the crowbar for, I think, is what's going to be like the final ending. And as you saw whilst we were playing that, she said the lucky number 7 stuck out to her and it appeared on the screen. That's because in the final ending there is always like a keypad, and if you know the code, you can unlock the keypad, and you find out the code by going through the endings before it, which is why I think the keypad ending, which is the last ending and the last achievement, is the one I'm going to do last, because it's like the final ending that you can't unlock until you do all the other endings to find out the code. So 7 is part of that code. I cannot remember if we got any other numbers in like the last videos before, but I know what the code is anyway because I'm following a guide. But yeah, so next time we shall do another ending that also involves the crowbar. And yeah, so thank you all for watching the half an hour video, and a lot of it was just repeat of what happened last time, but a bunch of it was different as well. Instead of like going to the clean side in the centre, we went to the bad side because we were covered in radiation. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time for some more The Bottom of the Well for the next ending and achievement. Thank you for watching next time. Goodbye. Damn it! I was so close! I tried to click. Okay, well that's a that way. And the powder ganger's still neutral with me. Ow! I should have expected mine.